Did you like that little power gain? I bet you did, didn't you? Well, my name's Dave, and this is the Pennant Racing Channel, also going out over best dual sport bikes. A few things. One, I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you watching, and try not to waste your time. I want to give you something good. Also, if you kind of like where this whole thing is going, I mean, it's cool if you can do me a favor and do that like and subscribe thing. I know it sounds cheesy, but you know, it always helps. So, what happened there? How did that extra power come about? It was only the change in getting rid of this cheap little rubber crankcase pressure sensor holder that holds the crankcase pressure sensor that goes to the motor, and replacing it with the billet one that we make. Now, remember I told you before that when they suck air, and it sucked air big time, right? The thing wouldn't even hold, well, I mean, 1 PSI of air going into it. You saw the other video. It was all coming out through it. And then we switched it, and then the thing was holding 7. So now everything was functioning correctly. Well, what happens when all that stuff is going down? The new bikes, they're not like an old bike. I mean, on any bike, you don't want a vacuum leak like that because it screws with the, even on a carburetor bike, you know, it screws with the jetting and so forth. But, you know, if you're drawing air from the wrong places, it's not drawing it through the carburetor and it's not holding pressure. So, of course, it's not working correctly with the fueling, whether it's carburetor jetting or now with this ECU stuff. The difference is it would make a carburetor be leaner, right? But on this, it's the opposite. And I told you that before. And if you don't believe me, well, this is absolute stinking proof. So one, the bike idled lower, right when you started it up. Why would it idle lower? Well, it wasn't sucking air in it, which would raise the idle. So I had to turn the idle up. It had automatically dropped about 200 RPMs. It was crisper, noticeably, when you're just revving it up, running it on the dyno. The crispness of it goes up decently. Now, I ran this thing at wide open throttle first. I will do the mid throttles, but wide open throttle first because, you know, the mid throttle stuff, I'm just kind of marking it off. And the thing is, it's not 100% accurate. I do it a lot. I'm pretty good at it. And I take the middle of the runs. You do a few and you average it out. So it's relatively fair. But this wide open stuff, you can't taint it. Let's look at it really fast, and I want you to see something really interesting. So the thing that's so interesting about it is, yes, you've made more power, a decent amount more power, right? 50, 51, it's 1, but all the way up, all the way from down at the bottom, it starts all the way to the top. So it can't be anything else other than just a fix. It's not a temperature shift. It's not monkey, hokey pocus, anything I did. It's all the way from the bottom to the top. This is the interesting part though. See, here's the air fuel stuff. Now, it's not a ton, but it is something. So everywhere on the green line, it's leaner. Now, you fixed an air leak, a huge air leak. It should be richer if it was a carburetor bike, but remember I told you the ECU compensates for that crap by not knowing what to do, and it goes outside of its parameter zone and it picks up that pressure, and it'll just go into a fail-safe kind of thing where it just richens stuff up to cover its ass. So you've solved that huge air leak, but you're running leaner everywhere. So the green line is leaner everywhere than the red line. That makes more power. So it's pretty interesting. You can't argue with that. You can, but you'd be stupid. Now let's go for some mid-throttles.
So I think you get it now how important it is to have a solid engine, and you can also kind of maybe put it together in your head why, okay, that's why I found spark plugs. Maybe that's why it gets sluggish. Maybe that's why it runs erratic and weird, or I have more of a bog than my friend or somebody that just, you know, has something that's correct. Hey, maybe that's why I put that higher compression head on and the bike ran better, but the thing is, you were losing compression out the back. If you'd fixed that, you would have upped your running compression, so you didn't really need that. Keep that stuff in mind before you start making changes, because you could go down the rabbit hole with that, come back and make the thing solid, and then have way too much compression, burn a spark plug, detonate, you know, seize up, get yourself in trouble. It feels like it's real flat on the top end. So watch that stuff. Let's get it stout first. Well, again, I appreciate you. Yeah, if you like the stuff that I'm doing, yeah, if you can like and subscribe, highly appreciate that. Now, man, I'm gonna put this thing together and we're just gonna go ride like a real bike and really get into it. Okay, thanks. Have a great day.